Hey everyone, it is late at night and I am Norman. Tonight we're reviewing a fun little watch that was actually a gift to the channel. And I'm totally taking this watch camping. But I will have to get a new strap for it, something that can handle water and moisture and whatnot, but still look a little bit dressy. Anyway, the watch that we're reviewing is this super cool looking Eddie Bauer watch. So let us begin. Alright, here is the Eddie Bauer watch that I'm calling a camping watch because for me, that's what this would be perfect for. It's sort of a vintage size, which is amazing. It was difficult measuring the case size. I kind of put the calipers in here and here to get that. This is on a leather strap. And I feel like it looks good on a strap like this. I may try it on a NATO. We'll see. It has standard width lugs, which is nice. Oh. I didn't notice that before. Yeah, so I'll be changing the strap on this. The case is all brushed. Looking at the case back, it still has remnants of a sticker on it. So I may go through and try and remove that. It'll certainly make it more comfortable to wear without all these scratchy parts here. But we have some etching there and some information around the edge. It is a screwed down case back. Looking at the sides of the case, there are some crown guards there, and we have an extra button here. More on that in a little bit. The case is in really great shape. No real wear marks on this anywhere. And you'll hear me say this numerous times because this bezel has to be one of the coolest looking bezels I've ever seen in person. That looks absolutely amazing with this texture along the center of it there. Oh, that is so cool. It gives this watch a really unique look. And I like the way it angles down and just creates a very smooth profile here. Very cool. And let's see what it's like to operate it. It's a little bit offset right now. There's some wiggle to it. Get this around to the top. When it's in this position, there isn't very much back play. But it's not entirely aligned. Let me try once more. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's a little bit offset there, but that's fine. As you can see, this is a quartz piece, and it does have a date. I don't mind the date terribly because it's kind of subtle, but it does not have a screwed down crown. Let's see what it's like to operate this. The movement hacks, so the second hand stopped there. And it's not overly loose, which is good. Let's get this around toward midnight and see how that date flips over. Oh, so it started at about 11:30 or so. And right at midnight, it goes over. That's pretty cool. get these hands out of the way. And let's see what it's like when you're setting the date itself. Pop that into the first position. It's kind of small, so hopefully you can see that. That flips over nicely. It's not the easiest date to read. Very tiny. And pop that all the way in. All right, so this second button here activates the illuminated dial. Indiglo or whatever it's called. I think Indiglo is Timex's trademarked name, but you can see that it kind of doesn't really activate so well. It may be that the battery's kind of getting low, because the other day it was working just fine. There we go. It looks a bit dark on the camera, but in person it's light enough to read it, and I may definitely have to replace the battery in this. Pretty sure that's what's going on there. But yeah, this feature here is great. And looking at the dial, so it looks like with this dial, there's actually a clear crystal in there, and the indices are on that, because you can see shadows underneath them, which is actually pretty cool looking. And the color of the dial is also great. Sometimes when there are illuminated dials in watches, they have sort of a palish green touch to them. This one is very white. The hands are hollow, which makes sense with a luminescent dial. I love how everything's just black and white. The hands are black, the seconds hand and markers are all black. Very cool. But yeah, I'll have to try changing the battery and see if this works better. If not, I may take this to my mall watch guy and see if we can look at the connection in there. Maybe it just needs cleaned or slightly tweaked so that it makes a better connection when illuminating that. As for the specifications on this watch, the case size, at least where I measured it, is 36 millimeters. The case height is 9 millimeters. The lug to lug is 41 millimeters. The lug width is 18 millimeters. I'm not sure exactly what movement is in this. I think it's just a Japanese quartz movement. And the water resistance is 50 meters. Okay, assuming that this buckle doesn't just fly off of here, since this has come unglued and is kind of dying there. But yeah, let me take off my Seiko Dolce. Yes, it's been a little while since I've worn the Dolce. This watch is so elegant. I love the size and that sleek case. Such a cool watch. Let me take this off and we'll see what it's like when you're wearing the Eddie Bauer watch. And there it is on my 7-inch wrist. My wrist is 55 millimeters wide. So far, that buckle is staying on there. Terrible. I should get a sailcloth strap for this. That way I can wear it camping, out in the rain and stuff. But it'll still look kind of dressy like this in a way. Sporty, dressy, vintagey. It just looks great with that aesthetic of strap on it. I love the size and that bezel. That is just amazing. What a cool design. I really like the look of this watch. That is very cool. And to the viewer that gifted this to the channel, thank you so much. This is really cool. Nice. Yeah, when I took this watch off, look at what happened. It just fully ripped off. So, yeah, I'll get a new strap for it. Probably need to buy straps anyway, it's been a little while. Perfect. But kind of hilarious. I was taking it off and it just tore off. There you have it, the little Eddie Bauer camping watch. This is the first watch that I've ever owned that has Indiglo, or whatever this brand calls it. And I feel like that would make it pretty handy when you're out in the woods late at night. And the bezel is just way too cool. Thanks for watching.